Hello, 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 hello. How are you doing?
Long time no see. Happy New Year.
Happy New everything.
I know.
It's been ages. It's been a long time, a long holiday, long everything.
It's been forever.
But it's good to be back.
Yeah.
It is good to be back.
I hope we are back.
Yeah, we are back, aren't we? I know we said this the last time, didn't we?
I know.
But it's been, we've
been super busy. Like, that's just the summary.
Yeah.
Like, new environment, new job, new house. Like,
but God has been good.
Yeah.
God has been really, 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 really good. And today we have something for you.
Yeah.
Something really good for you. And we're talking about how to be best friends with your spouse.
Especially if you live in the abroad, where everywhere is so busy that you don't even have time for each other.
Busy and toxic. That's the word.
I mean, in the past few weeks, months, like, Dara and I, we've been so, like, deliberate about having time to spend together. And that's because we've been busy from shift to shift. Mm-hmm. Like, we hardly even have time everything for ourselves. Like,
but hey, we're gonna be talking about it today in this video. So stay tuned. How to be best friends with your spouse. The first one is about open communication. Communicate openly and honestly with each other. Since you are the communication expert, I'll let you take this.
What do you mean I'm a communication expert? Anyways, like, if you are going to be best friend with your spouse, if you want them to be your best friend, you need to communicate. Mm-hmm. Communicate what you're feeling, communicate everything. What you are thinking. Because sometimes, especially women, you're going through a lot of things and you want your spouse to just read your mind, read your feelings, and just to know what is going on in your mind.
We not be mind readers. So.
And then if they don't do the things that you want them to do, we are upset. You're angry. You start changing mood. Communicate your feelings. Communicate. When you communicate with your spouse, you are building the bond between you guys, and that gets better. In fact, when you communicate with your spouse, your children would see that exactly. my parents, they like to communicate. And if you don't have anything to communicate about, talk about how your day has been.
Talk about God.
Talk about the scripture. Just find something to communicate about. Mm-hmm. Many of us, we assume that, okay, if you want to spend quality time with your spouse, you have to watch TV together. Or gossip. You don't have to do all those things.
You have some premium level gist you do. But...
Of course. But remember, we are still brethren.
Brethren in the vineyard of the Lord.
So you communicate whatever is going on in your mind. You communicate your feelings. You communicate your plans. Things that you've been talking to God about. Things that God has been speaking to you about.
And don't hide the truth. When you're communicating, you communicate the entirety of your feeling. If you're angry, communicate it. If you're sad, communicate it. But of course, don't be violent.
All right. Okay.
Communicate but don't be violent. I think the second one is about spending quality time together. And I think this mostly speaks to men. Because we men, we can just decide and say, I can cook be on my own all day and I'll be fine. But women need attention.
Oh.
Yes.
Attention seekers.
So as men, we need to create that time. There will always be work to do. There will always be finances to settle. Mm-hmm. There will always be bills to pay. There will always be one problem to solve. There will always be that boy somewhere you need to go and visit. But your spouse is your number one priority. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So create quality time. And this goes both ways anyways. Create time. Like if you're deciding every Friday night is movie night. Mm-hmm. Every Sunday evening is something evening. Mm-hmm. Do that and try as much as possible to stick to that schedule. Yeah. Because they will be expecting it. If your wife goes to work or your husband goes to work, text them, tonight I'm gonna deal with you. No, in a good way. And when they come, they're looking forward to it. Take the stress off of them, and then so that when they come, they can be relaxed. To have time. Maybe it's movies you want to watch. Maybe it's talk you want to talk. Maybe it's scripture you want to share. Maybe it's the husband room action you want to do.
And I think quality time, like as I mentioned earlier, it's not just about being together. Like if you are there, you need to be there.
You need to be present.
You need to be present. Like
not pressing your phone.
Not pressing your phone.
Attending to other things.
I mean, when you are with your spouse, let them know that you are there, and that is where like you can have chance to even communicate effectively, like we mentioned earlier. Spend quality time together, sit down together, plan yourself, plan
your week.
Plan your week. What are the things we want to achieve this week? What are the things we are looking forward to in the next few months? Yeah.
And I think the other one is about supporting each other's goals and passions. It is necessary.
And it is very important.
And essential to ensure that, every person, you are one as a couple, but you're still individuals. You have your goals and aspirations. The husband might want to be the most richest man on the planet. The wife might want to be the most known singer on the planet.
Yeah.
And of course, as a couple, you have your joint goals. Look after your partner's goals. Support them, their dreams. Even if you don't have a clue of what they are doing, support them. Give them moral support. Give them time support. Just ask them, how is it going with this your plan? How is it going with this your goal? Are you on track? What can I do to help you?
And I think when it comes to your goals and your passions and the things that you really, really want to do in life, I think it is very important that you carry your spouse along as well. Like I've seen many people that they don't really carry their spouse along on the things that they want to do, and then they will just start doing it, and the spouse will be like, "Oh, you didn't tell me you were going to do that." I think there was a time that I saw my husband. He was doing something with one of his friends, and I was like, when did you guys start this one? Like, if you have anything you want to do, if you have any passion, any interest,
any project,
like things that you find interesting. Like I have a friend that she likes photography, she likes this, she likes that. She was telling me the other day that the husband was giving her money to buy all these things. You don't have to be there, like to be recording them. Of course, those things are important, but make sure that you are supporting them financially, emotionally, like.
And I think most importantly is also to ask them how you can be of help.
Yes, that makes sense. Like, how can I help you? I know you love this. How can I be of help? Do you want me to record you? If your wife loves to take pictures, like
you become photographer.
Like, I mean, those things are little, but those things mean a lot of things to us, especially as women. Just take time to just snap them, you understand, and just do those little things. You don't have to carry microphone before you can support your spouse or anything. In your own little way, it can even be word of encouragement. Like, Don't worry, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Doing well.
You're doing great. Like, my husband now is my manager in my Hello DS videos. I mean, you guys know that anyways. I just stand and he will just record me, and I'm fulfilling. Like, I feel fulfilled when I do that. Like, I feel married indeed, that okay, I have someone that is supporting me. And if you also have a spouse that they've been talking to you about something they want to do, why don't you sit them down and ask them, okay, how can I be of help? What can I do?
And push them also if they are feeling tired.
Exactly.
Encourage them.
Sometimes we don't want to do those things.
Tired. Because you never know. Their most can just be, maybe it's work. Like, work is stressing them out. Babe, when are you going to record this video? When are you going to post this social media post? When are you going to do this? And if they are not able to do it at that time, at least learn a bit of how they can do. I remember one night when I finished editing a video and you were so tired, and you were going to post the next morning, but you had not edited and put all the captions. I'm like, let me do it for this girl tonight.
Yeah.
And I think it gave me some points that night.
I woke up, I was like, oh my God, what can I do without this man? Yeah, so like little things like that. Like, just look for ways to support whatever they are doing. And even if you yourself have something you think you are not feeling supported enough, communicate. Tell them that, okay, I think you are not helping me in this area very well. I think you can do better. And then when you're doing those things, you're already friends. You don't want to have a spouse that will go outside the marriage
talking about their goals to other people,
to their friends. I mean, well, they can do, but your first go person is your spouse.
Your number one fan.
Yeah. Should be your spouse, not be your friend, not be someone in your church, not your church members, not your pastor. In fact, your
not your daddy, not your mommy.
Your spouse should be your first person that you go to, that, you know what, babe, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I want us to do.
The next one is about showing appreciation and gratitude. Yeah. I can remember this like it's clear in my head last night.
Oh.
My wife messaged me, Dara, I love how you're so fond of me.
Oh, that's because I was at work, you know. Like, I was just thinking at work. I said, oh my God. I just love how Dara is so fond of me. He wants to touch me. He wants to, like, do everything. Like, I can decide not to tell him about how I love it. But I just felt like, okay, let me just take him more on my wood here. Let me just
like literally that put me to bed easily. Like, I was still actually a bit active at that time. I was like, how will I sleep now? It's almost 12. And there's nobody to call you. When I'm like, my mind just came down. Like, I slept through the night, well, except when the power tripped off. But that's another story. I fixed it and I slept again, like within 2 minutes.
Yeah, and I mean compliments. For example, there was a day I was in church and then someone told me, "Oh, you look beautiful." And I was like, I look beautiful. Of course I know. My husband has already told me that I look beautiful. Like, you don't want to compliment someone outside when you have not complimented your wife, your partner, or your husband, your wife. Tell them how good they are. Tell them how awesome, like, especially with their skills. There was a day I was telling my husband, I said, I just love how you are consistent. I love how you spend quality time with your gadgets and with the things that you do. Like, just appreciate them. Just say, oh my God, you are so good at this. I love how you led this morning. Stuff like that. Every time I lead in church, my husband, before I leave the pulpit, it will send me a message. That was amazing. Even if I don't feel like if I don't feel like, oh, that was a good one, my husband would have sent me a message like, I love how you ended it. I love the beginning. Like, stuff like that. Just encourage them. Like, I love your shirt. I love this. I love that. Just give them little. Don't just be boring. I mean, just spice things up in your marriage, and you'll see how awesome you guys will be.
Yeah, I think the next one is about respecting each other's space and boundaries also. Yes, you are one. You are not supposed to hide anything. But also there are times when they just need their space. Like, they just want to think. I know this mostly applies to men because sometimes I'll just drive. I'll just leave the house, drive off. It's not like I'm angry. I'm not angry. I just take time when I'm going to shop. When I'm driving, I'm thinking about life. What can I do better? You know, things like that. And also around the house, sometimes I'm just in my office, sitting down doing nothing. Just thinking about how I can be a better husband, a better partner. And my wife, she understands those times. She will not pressure me. Well, most times she understands. She will not pressure me. So don't pressure them when they need their space. Of course, be understanding also. There are times when they actually need you there and they don't need the space. But you would have known this, been with them for quite some time. No, she needs the space now. He needs the space now. He does not need the space now. She's just for me. So go and hug her, go and kiss her.
Well, you just have to. I think you just have to understand your spouse, and when you do that, you know when they really need some time and to themselves, and when you actually need to cuddle them and just tickle them and just be like, "Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want me to touch her?"
You know, those kind of things.
Yeah.
I think the next one is about being loyal and faithful to each other. Because if you have a friend and your friend goes to have another best friend, or your best friend goes to have another, you feel betrayed.
Well, they do. Well, they do have friends.
But as couple, you're supposed to be number one best friend. So you're loyal and faithful to each other. You have vows and commitments you made in front of God and men when you got married. So don't cheat your spouse. Don't lie to your spouse, and avoid situations that will make you, vulnerable or cause suspicion.
And be honest, and honest about the things that you are doing, where you are going. And this is the last one I want to talk about is finances. I think if you want to be your spouse's best friend, I think you need to be transparent with your finances.
100%.
It is very, very important.
Both husband and wife.
Of course, like, what are you using that money to do? Some of you don't even know what your spouse, you don't know how much they are earning, you don't know how much they are spending out, you don't know how much they are sending to this person. Like, be transparent.
I can remember this vividly. Like, a few weeks back, you were like, Dara, where's all our money going? I'm like, you collect this money and then this is how much I see. Is it that we are broke or what? I'm like, babe, we are not broke. I gave her the Excel sheet we were using. We're like, okay, we cannot really cut anything at this time.
Yeah.
And then luckily, there was salary increase. I told her exactly how much it will come to. When I saw the alert of the salary coming, I was like, this is how much it will come to. When she received those extra government payment also, we know what we are planning this money for. when you do tax return, all those things.
I mean,
all those money coming in, you need to
Just be
tie them somewhere. If you want to go and use it to buy gadgets, fine, but tell them.
Yeah.
If you want to use it to braid your hair, it's fine. Tell them. Don't be like, I only give them £200. I'll tell them I only earned £500 and I'll keep the rest £200.
Marriage, like
that.
Just be transparent. Like, if you the thing is, when you say your marriage is boring, your spouse is not your friend, you're not close, all those things. The reason is because
argue small about the money.
I mean, just say, what are you using money to do?
I will like this me. I plan it every month. Anytime she comes, I'm ready for her.
Like, let me see. Like, what are we buying? What do we need to cut?
Cut?
Like, just all those things. And in fact, you can even discuss the things you're buying with your spouse. That can I buy this?
Exactly.
When you do those things, you're already friends. You don't call your friend and say, I just sent a dress to you. I mean, well, is it nice? Your spouse should be your go-to.
Even though she does not like your answer. Sometimes it's like, why am I asking? You don't even know about fashion. Why am I asking you this? I'm like, you asked me anyway. And I said,
I mean, just engage in the house. Don't be like zombies in the house. No, you're not talking. Like, just be friends. Your spouse should be your best friend. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and you drop your comments. Make sure you share with your friends and families. And also tell us the kind of videos you want us to talk about. Like, just let us know. Drop in the comment section and
subscribe.
Very important.
Have not, I'm watching you. Yes, you. I'm watching you. You have not subscribed.
Give us that encouragement to post the next video. Okay?
Thanks very much, guys. We are
Love and Life today.